Hey guys, it is Wednesday. A little plant update for you. Feeling moist over there, so not too worried about it. We got some new leaves coming in, and some leaves going out, I guess. Some of them look like they're dying. But that's probably just how it is to be a plant. But anyways, Wednesday, I'm going to go water some plants. It's been a week since I've watered Jackson and Amanda's plants, so just rode over. And yeah, checking out the Church Street pedestrian zone. Looking a little bit empty again. Seems like I only ever come around here around noon, and it's not that busy. I've seen some videos at night, and it's pretty poppin' at night. I guess Church Street, a bit more of a party street. But anyways, on to the plant watering. All the plants were still alive over here, so that's good, I guess. I was kind of concerned about this crack in this pot. I don't know if that was always like that or what, but that doesn't look great. But I'm sure Jackson will deal with it or not deal with it. I don't know. But yeah. Anyways, going on down Sherborne over to Amanda's place. This time I brought laundry. I guess I forgot that Amanda said that I could do laundry in her place while she was gone. And I'm taking advantage of it. So, got that going. Watered Amanda's plants. This pothos in the bathroom, still going strong. I guess it is a real plant. But yeah. I try to do a game where I shoot the water straight into the jug, but I missed. Yeah. Oh well. And of course I've got the plant food nutrient additive in the water. Kind of surprised how well these bean sprout looking plants are doing, even though they're outside and don't have much soil. But still alive out there. That's good. So yeah, just went around, watered everything. I was thinking while my clothes were in the wash, maybe I would do some Uber, but ultimately I was like, I'm too tired for this, so I just napped the whole time. Yeah, I'm kind of feeling it in my arms after going to that climbing gym the other day. I was like, yeah, that was like a real workout. Even though I didn't climb like a crazy amount, I guess it's been a long time since I've done any climbing kind of thing. I was just feeling it, so I wound up not really doing much work-wise. Just kind of went home and hung out for the rest of the day. Anyways, Thursday, I was feeling a little bit guilty about not doing any work, so decided to go out and do some Uber before the rain comes. You know, my apps were saying rain in the afternoon, but I was like, it's so sunny. They're probably wrong, right? So I got a couple requests. Filthy Fills, and yeah, went and delivered that stuff. Kind of Princess Street, Sherborne area, Sherborne in front. Then got another request from the Eaton Center. The Yogenfrues. In this place, they had a decent instructions of like where to go. Like, if you're not in the food court, it's like you could kind of be anywhere when you're in the Eaton Center, but they said they were close to Queen, which, you know, put me in the right area, I guess. It was still a little bit vague, but I found the place, and I was kind of surprised. This is going far. Over to the East End, on the other side of the Don Valley? You ordered ice cream from the Eaton Center? Whatever, I guess. I dropped it off. You know, they have local restaurants in their neighborhood, like just around the corner, so not sure why you wouldn't get your ice cream from there, but whatever. I kind of liked it because it brought me close to this Value Village, so I went offline. And there's a Nintendo Switch in the valuable stuff case. I guess it's at that point of the Switch's lifespan where some people are like, yep, this old thing, just huck it into the Value Village bin. I like this coat. It's a light jacket, durable feeling. And I also like this little leather pouch. I don't have an outfit for going to a Ren fair, but sometimes I think about going to a Ren fair, or maybe even just medieval times, and LARPing. I'm like, yeah, look at these guys. They all look like they're having a good time. So yeah, that leather pouch, imagine that'd go good on a belt. I was like, should I buy this? And I was like, nah. Maybe one day though. But yeah, this Valley Village is actually pretty good. They had a bunch of good stuff. Like, look at all these drill bits for like $11. Kind of seemed like somebody was clearing out Grandpa's garage or something and just hucked all their tools. Because there's like a fair amount of good tools in here. I'm sure somebody will come and buy all this stuff. There's like a nail gun. Missing some stuff, but I don't know. Still look decent. Not the best of the tool bins to open up. But yeah. Some, pretty sure these are old graphics cards. When graphics cards were small. I guess somebody just had a bunch of graphics cards kicking around that they tossed. But yeah. Anyways, while I'm actually here, there was people browsing this area, so I didn't look at it right away. I was looking for some dress shoes for Adam and Don's wedding. And it, you know, it doesn't really matter what kind of shoes I wear. I could wear my red sneakers. But for like $20, maybe I could just get like some basic black leather looking shoes for a day, like, and that'd be nicer. They didn't really have anything that felt good. I did also look at the purse section. I've been thinking about making my own wallet. So part of me is like, oh, what if I salvage some leather from something else? Like sometimes I'll see a leather couch on the street and I'll be like, is this real leather? Would it actually be worth cutting up? So I'm kind of like feeling the purses and stuff and being like, that first one definitely was real leather, but some of these other ones, it's hard to tell. Like, is this real leather? Is this like the plastic vinyl shit that like a gamer computer chair is made out of that peels off? I don't know. Also saw this One Piece hat. It's like, yo, Monkey D. Luffy hat? Hell yeah! Yeah. Ultimately didn't buy anything. And then I went back online thinking, there's no rain coming, but now that I'm picking up the food, I see a dark cloud coming from the north. And yeah, it seemed like it's starting to rain. Getting a few big drops. Yep. Am I gonna outrun the cloud and make this delivery happen? Maybe. Bunch of cops going by for something. Not sure. Oh, and this giant aquarium. Pretty interesting. It's like, man, that's something. Anyways, I did do the delivery, and within a minute, it did start to come down. So that kind of sucks. I feel like when the rain first starts, you usually get a big, heavy downpour. Kind of wondering, like, it's the cold air that comes, right? And then that decreases the amount of water that air can hold, so then it all rains. Pretty sure that's how clouds work, right? So I feel like after you get that first big squeeze of water coming out of the air, it's usually not too bad, so decided to go back online. I thought I'd do some more Uber, but then we got another big wave of heavy rain, and I was like, well, I guess maybe I'm not going back online, guys. So waited this out. I was in a decent spot to not get soaked. Then I went back on the road, and I figured maybe I'll go hang out with Adam and Don. But before that, I'm gonna check out another value village. The one that's at like Woodbine and Danforth. They had a Wacom tablet with like a display cord on it, so it probably has a working screen maybe. It was a pretty old style cord though. But yeah, also looking at the shoes up here. There's some decent options. Like these ones, they fit okay. They're a little bit snug. It was like an alright option. But for like $30, so it's like, I don't know if I really want to buy some tight fitting shoes. These ones were decent too, but they kind of dug into my like Achilles tendon. And that didn't feel great. But yeah. After that, I just kind of browsed around again, looking at stuff. Like I said, I was thinking about making a wallet. This one is kind of similar to how I want it to be. Extra folds and stuff though, so not really what I'm looking for, but just kind of neat to see some of this stuff. Like, what a neat opening on this purse thing here. Like, that's just cool. Huh. So yeah. Anyways, went back out and it's still raining. I'm like, man, what the hell? Why's it gotta rain for so long? I figured I would just go and hang out with Adam and Don. Yeah. It kind of sucks to work in the rain with this bag, since this like divot collects the water and then that like drips through the zipper and gets anything that I'm carrying around wet, and kind of can't work like that. So, oh well. Made 25 bucks in the few deliveries that I did. It was actually pretty good for 4 deliveries. But yeah, dropped in on Adam and Don, kind of unannounced. But you heard me opening cheese. And what's going on with these guys? They got a book from Super Rare. They're the people that made the physical edition of A Short Hike. So that's cool that they sent them this like catalog collector's book, I guess. Kind of celebrating the company's 150th release of games. These are mostly indie games that probably wouldn't see a physical release. So it's just neat that there's like kind of a boutique collector's option. And yeah, Don made jerk chicken dinner. Pretty tasty. And we kind of just hung out while we were waiting for Callie, Sarah and Alicia's dog. Yeah, Adam and Don are going to be dog sitting for a few days. And that's neat, Callie. She's a cute dog, kind of old. You might remember her from some of the older videos, probably at least 5 or so years back. And yeah, we took both for a walk. Yeah, Callie, walking away from the house, didn't seem to really enjoy that too much. If she thought she was walking towards home, she would walk, but I don't think she's much of a walking dog. But oh well. She did walk. Kind of a lighter walk for Bento though. They played fetch with him, so he had a good amount of running around. Yeah. The snails are out. That's always nice on a rainy day. Seeing the snails doing their thing. Anyways, we went back to their place and we played some games. It was mostly me playing Star Fox though at some point. I was like, yo, Star Fox? You got the Star Fox on the Switch too? I gotta get to Sector Z. We didn't unlock this one yet. So I played until we got to Sector Z and I was like, this is what this is like. I feel like as a kid, I never got to this level, but I do kind of remember it. I think my cousins had Star Fox 64 and watching them, they probably like got here, and I kind of remember like these missiles you gotta shoot down. But that's neat. Yeah, the remake overall, pretty good. It is kind of just Star Fox 64. You know, I think everybody kind of wishes they added a little bit of a special something for the real gamers, but I don't think they did. I mean, they kind of did, but you know, a real special something would have been nice. Anyways, it's night. Adam picked up some stuff from a pharmacy. We ate some chicken nuggets. No nuggets for Bento though. All in all, another day of just doing random stuff, hanging out. On my way home, I did take a detour because earlier, when I first went online, I saw a bike that I thought was abandoned. So I was going down the same street to look for it. And I did not see that bike, but I saw these 2 other bikes that are junkers. Well, I saw this one first, and I was like, oh man, would this be like a fun restoration project? Could I do it? looks in pretty bad shape. Pretty rusty here. Some of it's surface, I'm sure. I did crank the crank and the back wheel would move. The front wheel, give it a little kick, and it does spin. But realistically, it's gonna cost too much to restore that. And yeah, when I said 2 bikes here across the street, here's the other bike. I guess somebody bought a pair of folding bikes to tour around with, maybe. And yeah, this one also in pretty bad shape. You can see the rust is like, here's a whole layer of whatever that is coming off the rim. So yeah, on one hand it'd be neat to restore, but probably not worth it. This is the actual bike that I saw earlier that I thought, is this being tossed out? It's got a lock through the wheel and frame, so maybe not, and it looks like it's in good shape, so I didn't take it, because, you know, I don't take a bike that if it's not clearly trash, I wouldn't take it, and it's too late in the day to knock and ask if they're throwing it out. And yeah, on my way home, I saw this bike trailer, which I assume is junk, since it's missing a tire. And it's a little bit like fucked up. Like, I guess they modified it to have a big thing on it. It's missing its hitch mounting spot. I don't know. Again, just one of those weird things that you see on the side of the road. Maybe someone's coming back for that. I don't know. But weird. But also interesting. What can I say? When I see bike stuff, I stop and look at it. So yeah, I'm just going home now. It's getting kind of late. And Venus flytrap looking good, looking perky after all that rain. Probably likes to being wet. I did remember to collect some rainwater in this Kellogg's cornflakes thing. Hopefully it's not a problem that it's in a metal tin. The tin minerals might leach into the water though, I guess, and probably should put it in a plastic bucket or something. Yeah, my neighbor's rain spout is not aligned correctly, so it just dumps water on the ground there. That's how I was able to collect that water.